Hello everybody, so I thought that I would come and I would do another video. It's been 2 months and I've been very busy and I've been working on a lot of things. But another reason why I haven't been on for almost 2 months is really because I just kind of gave up on YouTube a little bit. Um, I just felt like there was no use anymore of doing what I was doing, to be honest. And I just wanted to stop. I understand that people have their own opinions and people um, believe what they believe and think what they think, but it's just like people are always gonna believe and think what they want, and people are always gonna perceive or think they know what they know. I mean, everybody has that in them. I know this is true. I'm not going to listen to somebody else because I know that this is what I believe and I'm going to stick to that. Everybody has their own stronghold on something that they believe in. So unless they decide to change or open their mind, I feel like there's a lot of closed-minded people out there that don't want to learn and don't want to really actually do research and actually open their mind to what something to the truth what the truth to something really is, and to stop, believing what society has taught them and maybe what their family has taught them growing up, because that's was something that was passed down in their family, and this is all going to genetics. But it's just aggravating, and it's like, even though my channel is about genetics and it's not just about getting people to take DNA tests and stuff, but also just talking about all types of people around the world. Sorry, my computer is just it's crazy. It's just aggravating when you're doing a YouTube channel and people just aren't really learning or getting the point of what you're trying to say. So it can just be kind of just, I understand that. Like, I remember I was watching something. I was watching somebody. I believe it was. She was talking about these creators, and she was talking about how, the only way to become a good creator is, you got to be able to handle certain things when it comes to, especially YouTube. People not exactly taking what you're saying the right way or listening to you and stuff like that. You're not going to please everybody. You're not everybody's going to understand you, and and I get that. But at the same time, why am I putting all my time into something like this when people aren't understanding or getting or using or taking anything that I'm saying to use, or to any type of um, or applying it in their life at all? What is the point of me doing all of this when nobody is contributing really to my channel? What is my reason for doing this? Why am I putting so much heart and time into this when I'm not getting really anything out of it? So that was my real feeling of it. One of my subscribers, I had posted a picture of me on a little trip I took, and she was like, "Oh, that's where you've been at," and I didn't even think I had anybody wondering where I was. So, I mean, it was nice, but yeah, I just completely stopped making videos. But to be honest, the reason why I'm back is because I truly love doing this, and this is what I truly love to do. It's part of my channel, and I worked hard for this channel, so I'm not gonna stop. So I'm just gonna keep making content because this is what I love doing. If I ever end up not making content after this, it's not because I didn't want to, but it's because I either got too busy or I don't have access to the internet like I used to, or something like that. So, without further ado, um, I wanted to show my heritage results. I've had these results for years. I've had these results probably since 2015, so 5 years. I didn't show them on here because I did not really like them, mainly because they just were kind of random. But now that I've done so many other tests, I can kind of see similarities in it. However, I do feel like if I was to re-upload my results that I have now from Ancestry and 23andMe, these results would be much different. But see, the thing that I did was I didn't do a saliva sample with this company, MyHeritage. I just took my results that I got from Ancestry and 23andMe, and I uploaded them here. And I can't remember which company I did because it was 5 years ago. But they just gave me their own interpretation of how they saw my results in the other company that I used. Now, if I was to do a saliva sample for this company, I'd probably get a different result, probably more accurate of my saliva, not from another company. So it wasn't. It was kind of different, but not too far off from the other results. So when I go to DNA and I go to ethnicity estimate, as you guys just saw that, it has me as Africa, 78.6%. It has me at Nigerian, 62.1%. It has me at West Africa, 62.1%. I'm sorry. Nigerian, 44.7%, which makes sense. Sierra Leonean, 11.7%, which makes sense. West African, in general, 5.7%. And then it has East Africa, Kenyan, 13.3%. I've never heard of Kenyan blood in my family, so that was very odd. I feel like MyHeritage is still very new to how they are picking up on DNA, and they aren't really that good with it. I think they still have some work to do. That's why I only watch a lot of video. If I watch a DNA video, I will only watch it if it's Ancestry or 23andMe. I will not watch it if it's MyHeritage because they're not very accurate, in my opinion. But this Kenyan, where is this coming from? You know, they may come from my father's side, I don't know. Central Africa, which makes sense, is 3.2. So then we have Europe, and Europe is 20.5%, almost 21%. Irish, Scottish, and Welsh, 20.5, which makes sense. That is in my family. That runs on my mother's side of the family. My second great grandfather Ross, his family immigrated from Ireland and Scotland, and they were physicians, and that's part of our family line. But there's no Spanish and Portuguese showing up, none of that, which should be showing up, which showed up on 23andMe. And then on Ancestry, France was there because we are French, because we're Creole, so there's a lot that's not showing. We're also Norwegian, we're also Swedish and Norwegian because of my father's side, and there's a lot that's not here. So then we have Native American, which is 0.9%, which they have Central and South America. And if you go over, it's indigenous Amazonian. And you have Amazonas, Guyana, Para, Brazil, Bolivia, Peru, this whole area, which actually is true. It's true. That is where my native roots come from. Because we are Brazils. My grandfather was in Brazil and all that, so our native roots go to Brazil, and they're in that area. We also have some Mexican blood in us that's not showing, but it shows up on Ancestry. Yes, this is accurate, except for it should be, it's actually higher than 0.9. But, what's funny is, it's very similar except for Africa, 78.6. This has 78.6. And then on 23andMe, it's 78.5. Europe on 23andMe is 19.1%. And Native American on 23andMe for me is pretty much 2%. And then I think it has Native American on 23andMe 0.9, but then it has broadly East Asian Native American like 0.2, which would go to 1 point something, but it's still to me, I still consider it 2% at 1.6 because to me it just rounds up. However, I also take into account the Southeast Asian ancestry because on my father's side, we're Malagasy, and we have that bloodline, the Indonesian and all that blood because of the Malagasy roots. As you guys know, I'm mixed, I'm multiracial, so on my mom's side, we're Latin American and we're Creole. And, you know, Latin American, there's African there, Creole, there's African there, and then, you know, there's a whole mixture there. On my father's side, we're just pretty much African, but again, we're Malagasy, and we're also, I believe, we're Jamaican somewhere down that line. So yes, so the Jamaican on like my results, the Jamaican is probably most likely the Nigerian, the Sierra Leonean, all of that. On Ancestry, I'm 1% Native, like I said, and it says Mexico, pretty much the Yucatan Peninsula, which is in Mexico, and we have the Yucatan, it was the Quintana Roo, and it was another place, but I can't remember, but that also makes sense. But on Ancestry, it had me at like 82% African, which to me is not accurate because I know I have to be in the 70s because of my family. So the 82 doesn't make sense. Like, to me, Ancestry is good with sorta. It's gotten a lot better with breaking stuff down into certain groups, but it's better. I feel like with DNA they're still a little off, but with Ancestry records and creating family trees and stuff like that, they're really good with that. I feel like when it comes to 23andMe, they're a better option for if you want a good breakdown of your results, because they give you so much. Even though there's a lot of broadly in there, they give you a lot. But 23andMe has me at those percentages. So Africa against 78.6%. Europe 20.5%, America 0.9%. Ancestry had me like, again, at like 82%, but then for African, for Europe it had me at 17%, and Native American had me at 1%, but again that goes to Mexico. 23andMe was 78.5%, and then for African, Europe was 19.1%, and America was 1.6%. So yeah, I mean, those are it. I've had these for 5 years. I do believe that if I was to change, if I was like even if I was to re-upload and I was to take from what the results have updated to, it'd be a lot different. Or if I was just to do a random saliva sample, it would be a lot different. So those are my results for MyHeritage. I hope you enjoyed another video from me after pretty much 2 months, and I will continue to make content. I don't know what my next video will be.